Matt Bowinkle, bitches. Fantasy champ coming at you.
It's that. The champ is here. The champ is here. The champ is here. The champ is here.
Coach, can I have a minute of your time?
What's up, Chief?
Hey, can you recap that Super Bowl game from last year? Fantasy Football 2013?
Super Bowl, I'll tell you Super Bowl. I'm the best damn coach in the league. When you guys come at me with that sorry-ass coach, the commish, please. I'm the best damn coach in the league. You want to talk shit? I'll shut your mouth for you, just like I did, and that's why I got this ring, and you don't. Commish. 2014, 2015. Come get some.
Hey, Coach, what are you doing with that trophy?
Shining it. What's it look like? When you got something that looks like this, you gotta make sure it stays clean. Take care of it. So it'll come back next year, because it ain't going anywhere. Right?
Is that an opinion or a fact, Coach?
No, it's a fact. That's a fact. I've been doing mock drafts for the last 6 months now. My son's gonna be a year old. Last year he was born on the first day of season. This year, going back to back.
Coach, you realize that that's never been done in this league.
I understand that, and I understand that we added some new competition. You know, I really don't feel like we added new competition. I just think like we added 2 people. You know, the competition is to be seen, but you know, I really think that it's gonna be. I'm gonna be in the finals again, and I think I'm gonna bring home the title. You know, once again. You know, my nickname from back in the day is the champ, and you know, I feel like it's here to stay again.
Well, Coach, I can tell you're not lacking any confidence there. Best of luck to you this season.
You know, I wouldn't say that I'm being cocky. I'm confident in my ability as a coach, and I know what my team is going to be capable of. And we're going to be in the Super Bowl again, and we're going to be bringing home this trophy again. Bringing it home is just going to stay at my house. Don't worry, I'll buy everybody a beer when I win again.
Congrats, Coach. How does it feel to be Coach of the Year?
You know, it feels pretty good. You know, I thought I could be there at the beginning of the season. I drafted my team. I knew we had a chance to go all the way. And it's just about managing your players, managing your roster, making sure you're doing what you're supposed to do, and drinking some beer. And that's what we did, and we had fun. And at the end of the season, I came home the champion.
Tell us about the importance of brass tap.
You know, Jeremy, the brass tap is very important to the league. And it's more important that you can watch all the games on the TVs at the same time with your boys, which is what this league is all about. It's hanging out with our boys. It ain't about the money, it ain't about the glory. It's about the bragging rights for the next year and hanging out with your boys. So, yeah, the brass tap is very important. You can drink all the beers you want, and I think drinking beer is an essential part of fantasy football. And for you punk asses that didn't win, that's why, because you can't drink your beer and you're pussy.
And why do you expect the new guys to be there at brass tap? How about some of the guys that didn't make it last season?
Yeah, I expect the guys to be at brass tap. Yeah, I think they'll be there. I think those new guys will be there at brass tap. You know, are they going to be competitive in the league? You know, I highly doubt it. It's just this league is so competitive, you know, with myself and all the other competitors that we have. But I think it'll take them a year or so to, you know, to get adjusted. But, you know, they could get lucky and, you know, pick somebody up off the waiver wire, and you never know what happens.
With that being said, Coach, how do you feel about a 12-man league this season?
Well, you know, 12-man league, I think it's gonna definitely take some depth off your roster. I don't think the points going to be as high as they were last year, but I think if you do your homework and you're prepared, you know, it shouldn't really make a difference. I mean, I don't really see it making a difference in my league. I see me going back to the championship and winning it, you know. And if I got some busters like Team Super, you know, in my division, and I plan on taking him down just like I did last year in the playoffs. So, you know, you can't come at me with that weak garbage. So I'm going to do it again.
Any advice for Jay or John this season?
Yeah, definitely, man. Hit the waiver wires. Know your waiver wire rules, okay? That's the most important. Know your waiver wire rules. The commiss is a bitch. He's always right. Don't want to try to argue with him. and that's about it. And drink some beer. That's all you can say.
Speaking of the waiver wire, who has first pick on the waiver wire?
Um,
Seemed to be kind of confusing last year.
Yeah, I think that's our commissioner's fault. He comes up with these busted ass waiver wire rules and all this other bullshit, and he likes to not tell people because he likes to cheat.
Coach, many people are wondering why you picked number 4. Why is that?
I picked number 4 for a few different reasons. One, it was bullshit, and I didn't know who we were picking that day. 2, 4 is my favorite number. It's also the number of the best quarterback that ever played a game. Yeah, I'm talking about Brett Favre. And I thought it was a good spot to get the player that I want to get.
Champ, how much credit does Matthew Jr. get? And I was told his first words were playoffs. Is that true?
Yeah, he's got to get a lot of the credit for the league for the championship this year and for the help that he's brought me. First game of the season, Denver Broncos, Peyton Manning playing. Boom, he's born that day. And I think that, everything just fell into line. And, with him by my side, I was unstoppable this year pretty much. And I really think he had a big to do with that.
Do you find yourself daydreaming about fantasy football? Does your wife have any complaints about the season?
Oh, definitely. That fantasy football definitely takes a toll on your marriage. And if you're single, you're good. But if you're married, definitely takes a toll, especially when you're trying to hit the waiver wire. You're at dinner and you're trying to see your scores and see what's going on, and all they want to do is yap about put your phone away. It's like, listen, woman, fantasy football season's here. That's number 1 priority.
So tell us about that trophy and why it was broke. Do you think it was LB that dropped the trophy? Has the dust settled on that yet? And should we keep this trophy or should we get it fixed?
Well, here's the deal, okay? Trophy. We're at Brass Tap. We're giving me a trophy. We're playing that trivia game that Billy and LB and Hopper were cheating on last time we were there. Billy. And I put the trophy on the chair. We got a question right. LB reached over to give me a tap on the on the ass, and boom, he hit it and hit the ground. Should we keep the trophy? Yeah, I think we should keep the trophy. It was a lot of money. I think it's cheap shit if it breaks it from just falling on the ground, but it's just more to the story, more to add to the crew.
Coach, explain your trade with your brother Billy.
Well, he actually offered me that trade, and I said to myself, what's going on here? I had Drew Brees and I had Arian Foster, and he offered me Matt Forte and Peyton Manning. And I said, I like Peyton Manning, and I did the trade. Now, for him, it didn't work out. Arian Foster got hurt. I think if Arian Foster stays healthy, it's a better deal for him because Arian Foster could put up some big numbers. But he's always a risk. And he ended up getting hurt, and Billy still took third, I believe. So, it's a good trade. Good trade for both of us, but I think I came out on top on that one.
Hey, Champ, rate your commish. How's he doing?
Commish, he does a good job. He really does a good job on his league manager notes. He needs to stay on top of that shit, make sure it gets done in a prompt league manner. And we're not waiting until Friday to get the league manager notes. But it's always entertaining. And he does a pretty good job with that. And, his commish rules gets a little, want to smack him in the face sometimes. But overall, I think we got a good commission. He does a good job for the league. And I understand that we're all a bunch of hard-headed dudes, and sometimes somebody has to step up and say, hey, this is what it needs to be. And he's the committer. He has to do that. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't get anything accomplished.
Other than adding 2 players to the league, I understand we've added a flex position. How do you feel about that?
I really don't think it's going to make a big deal. Unless you can pick up Jimmy Graham and Winton or Cameron or Davis, one of those big number tight ends. I really don't think it's going to make a big deal. That's just all it's doing is giving you the opportunity to put a tight end in instead of a wide receiver and a running back. So I really don't think it's going to be that big of a deal, especially with the 12-man league. We're not going to have as much depth in our league, just not as many players. So I think, it could help some people. Could help with the bye week, definitely, but I don't see it affecting my game or my strategy.
A lot of talk about Peyton Manning being your best player, but talk about Jeffries and the impact he made in your season last year.
Well, first of all, I want to say Peyton Manning is the man, and he was my best player. But I picked also on Jeffrey off the waiver wire, you know, when I wasn't being cheated on the waiver wire by the commish. And he did a great job, you know. Unfortunately for me, the 1 week I put him on the bench, he scored 40-some points. But he did a real good job, especially having him and Brandon Marshall and Andre Johnson as my 3 receivers. You know, that was just a stud receiving core there.
Yeah, that might have been the play of the season, in my opinion.
I mean, I'd like to say I probably had the best receiving core in the league. And overall, I had the best team. I mean, you look, the results don't lie. Fantasy
Right.
football champion.
This season, I'm sure Jeffries will be a potential 3rd, maybe 2nd round draft pick.
You know, I think he's going to go. I think he'll go in the 3rd. Not too sure where, but he'll definitely go in the 3rd.
Coach, what are your final thoughts and any predictions on this upcoming season?
All right, fellas. Here's some tips for the season. First of all, keep your lady friend happy. Okay, if she's not happy, you're not happy, especially when you start losing. So make sure you spend time with them during the week, because Sundays is our day. We'll be at the Brass Tap or somewhere else drinking beers and watching football. So make sure you're there. Second, ladies, this is to you. If your man loses fantasy football, do not bug him. He's in a bad mood. Leave him alone. Let him be by himself. Give him some loving. Do not ask him what's wrong, because you already know what's wrong. He just lost. General team, everybody else, we'll see you guys soon. And let's get after it, gentlemen.
Coach, what are your final thoughts and predictions for the upcoming season?
You know, predictions are hard, you know, especially with new guys, especially going to 12-man league. It's going to be a little bit different. A lot less talent on the board later in the rounds. But, you don't know injuries. The injury could happen at any moment, anytime. So, you know, you could have the number 1 pick and he goes down and he's hurt. You know, that kills your whole season. But I can't really give you predictions besides myself winning the league, because that's what's going to happen. I can tell you right now, I'm going to take Super out, and anybody else in my league, in my little, conference. And I'll make it to the Super Bowl, win it again, keep that trophy at my house, buy another ring.
Yep.
All right, boys. 2014, 2015. Here it is. Be ready. Sunday, August 24th, 4 p.m.
At Dean's,
at Mrs. Brooks' house.
make sure to fill up with gas and don't run out on your way there.
Fill up with gas. That's right.